welcome to Movies, Films, and Flicks. I am Mark Hoffmeyer, and joining me is a man that currently has my house surrounded with an army of angry werewolves, and he's probably about to attack. It's David Cross.
Forward!
Shoot
Mark,
the arrows! Shoot the arrows!
Shoot the giant silver arrows. Very expensive to make.
And
Mark,
on set, they only had
confused.
one working arrow shooter at a time, which is hilarious.
What? They did?
Yeah, because
All right.
this is like a $30 million movie, and so they only had one thing that worked at a time. It's kind of funny hearing the commentary on this. So I'm screwed. I can only shoot one arrow at your army charging my home.
Yeah, but if you could reload really fast. Mark, what I was saying is I'm a little confused because I thought we were covering Fast and Furious 3 because this feels like the Fast and Furious 3 of the Underworld franchise.
No, yeah, I mean, completely different prequel. Now, I guess what we could have Fast 9 is more of a prequel, is more of a similar type prequel. Like this and Fast 9 with all of its flashbacks to prior things that were mentioned once, and then this movie, It's interesting.
Yeah.
And this is a weird one, right? Underworld Rise of the Lycans. It was made in 2009, which it does not feel like it was made in 2009. When I think about this movie, it seems like more of an 2003 film to me.
I was shocked when I saw it was 2009. I literally was like, wait, this didn't come out in 2004?
But no matter how, this movie doesn't have much meat on its bone, but it gives huge roles to a ripped Michael Sheen, which is awesome, and Bill Nighy gets to do a battle walk with full armor into battle, and then he does a superhero landing on the ground to engage in combat with werewolves. So no matter the quality of this movie, even though it's 90 minutes, which is beautiful. I mean, this is a short movie. This movie still gets an A+++++ in my book because it just features Bill Nighy going to war with a ripped Michael Sheen because it's just such an outlier in Hollywood that this movie is made with these characters of this franchise with a prequel directed by Patrick Tatopoulos, who is a production designer, creature designer. It's a true outlier, so that's why I do love it.
You do love the weird and strange.
Yeah.
I agree with you. I agree with you because I remember when this movie was, how did I put this? I remember when this movie was being marketed and I saw the commercials and I was like, nope. I was like, without Celine, I do not want to see this movie.
Mm-hmm.
But if you think about it, how does this movie, why does this movie need to exist? Is what I'm getting down to. You say it's weird, and it is really weird. Does this film need to exist in this franchise? I'm honestly going to say no. There's no reason for it to exist, but it's enjoyable. Thanks mostly to Michael Sheen. And what I wanted to get into right off the bat, Mark, was should new Underworld fans, baby Underworld fans, baby vamps, should they just watch this movie first before they watch the first movie?
Absolutely. Watch this movie first.
Absolutely.
The only problem with this, though, is that if you watch this first, and then you go and you watch Underworld, Lucien, played by Michael Sheen, has such a chump-esque death in Underworld. He remember when we talked about it, it feels like for the final hour of Underworld, he's just laying on the ground. And then he crawls to different spots. So it's a very unceremonious exit for Lucien. But yeah, you should watch this first. And this movie does have its merits. I mean, the production design by Dan Henna, who is the art director on King Kong, Lord of the Rings, Xena. He's the production designer on Love and Monsters, Thor Ragnarok, Mortal Engines, all the Hobbits movie, The Warrior's Way. He was art director on The Frighteners. This is a $30 million movie that does feel stretched at moments. But I gotta tell you, it looks, the detail. So Len Weissman in the commentary was jealous. He's like, look at the detail on this stuff. You guys did an amazing job decorating this. And even the costumes. I think Michael Sheen looks awesome. I like how they dressed also Rhona Mitra, where I was listening to this picture-in-picture on the Blu-ray, and Rhona Mitra said that she had to look like sexy but sassy but powerful in her outfit because they didn't want to recreate Celine, and I think they accomplished that. So this movie's like there's little gemstones on Bill Nighy when he's walking around on his costumes. I love looking at this movie, except they shot New Zealand and they shot day for night. So when they're charging the castle, you can just tell the odd coloring in it. It's clearly day for night, so that takes me out a little bit. But does this movie need to exist? Yes. And that's because I'm such a big Bill Nighy fan that and I sent you a message days ago and I was listening to the commentary of the picture in picture. Bill Nighy loves these movies because he plays a vampire badass lord. And it's just awesome. The finale of this movie is a chain fight between Michael Sheen and Bill Nighy. That's why this movie needs to exist, because it's an outlier. And it's not super CGI heavy. It's a chain fight between them. It's beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So yes, this movie needs to exist, David.
All right. Awesome. So I agree that it should be watched before Underworld.
I went off on a long tangent. Sorry about that.
Yeah. And I conceptually understand why this film could be greenlit. Because the idea behind it is, let's show the war from the werewolf's perspective. Because you've only seen it from the vampire's perspective.
Mm-hmm.
So they do a good job of setting all that up. But it might have been more interesting if it was modern. I don't know. I'm trying to think here. The werewolves in modern day, it's just a different protagonist going up against Selena in her prime. That would have been also pretty interesting. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what I'm getting at here other than it's a solid movie. That is interesting. It's an outlier. I'm still a little confused about how it got greenlit.
I mean, I think I have one.
I'm not mad. I watched it.
I think I have one reason why. So the first Underworld cost $22 million to make, and it made $95 million worldwide and was huge on DVD. The second film, Underworld Evolution, was $45 million to make. It made $113 worldwide, and once again, it was huge on DVD. So you want to keep your IP alive. You want to keep Len Wiseman happy. You want to keep, you want to keep this IP rolling. So you just give them $35 million to go make a movie. And so this movie made $90 million worldwide, which is quite impressive on a $35 million budget. You add marketing and all that, and then the DVD sales. You just keep the franchise alive. So if you're Screen Gems, this, to me, is a no-brainer. Because you couldn't get Len Wiseman back. You couldn't, Kate Beckinsale, you couldn't get her back at the time. They were both working on other projects. So you just keep the franchise alive. And you know what's crazy? This did not hurt the franchise, because 3 years later, when Underworld Awakening came out, it pulled in $160 million and it had a $70 million budget. So clearly, this didn't hurt the franchise. This didn't kill the franchise. So I think it's wise to make. Is it wise to make a full-length movie on a 1 minute flashback in Underworld that features a blonde Sonya being killed, which is weird because when Wiseman was like, "Hey, Patrick Tatopoulos, can you direct this?" He's like, "Okay, cool. So Sonya has to be blonde?" He's like, "No, she has to look like Celine." So he's like, "Oh, so Sonya's dark haired, yeah, but why is she blonde in this?" You're like, people won't care. But that's why I think it's just a no brainer.
So in the theatrical cut, she's blonde, but in the most recent edit of the Underworld, they take scenes from this film and add it into it, so the continuity sticks.
And what's amazing that you said during the commentary, the editor of this movie, during the commentary of Rise of the Lycans, was like, "This morning for fun, I re-edited the scenes in Underworld to add Sonya." And Len Wiseman went, "You just did that for fun?" He's like, "Yeah, now we can add it in the Blu-rays." That's exactly what you said. At that moment, I heard it on the commentary, which makes me so happy. But yeah, so they went back and kind of retconned that. But
well, what I was going to say, just so I don't forget, is it's not only just a 30-second clip from the first film that they built an entire story around. It's that they're featuring dead characters. All the characters in this movie are dead.
Yeah.
Yep. Is there any one of them that's alive? I think Mate is oh my god. Did the librarian live? No, I thought he was killed too.
Yeah, Tanis gets wiped out in the second one. Victor's killed. We don't know what happens to Reyes, but we assume he's dead. Lucian's dead. Sonya's dead. Everyone's dead. Yeah. Everyone. This movie does not move the franchise forward at all. if Bill Nighy was still alive in this world, then you have a movie where she figures it out and then she goes and battles him. But yes, it does. I think this is just keeping an IP alive. I don't think
Okay.
that this does much for the story. You know the ending already. You know that Lucien fails, and so they attack the castle, right? Sure, they free some people. They do free the werewolves, but Bill Nighy escapes, and decades, no, centuries later, they're still in the underground, getting their butt kicked by the vampires. So Lucien's never quite successful in his quest. It's an odd one, man.
Yeah.
I just love it. And you know what's interesting too about this is what I love about horror sequels is they always elevate the production designer into the director role. So Saw, in a later franchise, the production designer became the director. In this, the production designer became the director. Savini, in the earlier Zombie, he came back and directed a remake of Night of the Living Dead. I love seeing production designer, creature designers direct movies. I don't know. I think it's fascinating to me and how horror does that. They elevate the people in their roles. But it's there's not much there's not much to this movie, David.
There's not. It's lean. You can guess exactly what's going to happen. You watch some fights, and then it's over. And then the ending scene is the beginning scene of Underworld. So you're like, okay, I guess this works.
And
all right. So
I would be horrible to argue with because someone goes, Mark, why does this movie exist? I'm like, Bill Nighy is a vampire. And then they're like, okay, well, does it do much? Like, do they actually allow Rhona Mitra to have her own character so you care when she dies? And I just go, Bill Nighy. Like, I have no argument to. I'm just gonna use that in real life. Like, Mark, Mark, where were you on the night of the 16th? Watching Bill Nighy in Underworld 3.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's it. Like, that's my only argument for this movie, and the neat production design. I don't care, but it's.
I have something for you here.
Yeah.
Because I think we're circling this, and maybe you can help me refine it. When can you justify a prequel? Because here's my thing. I mostly dislike prequels. I'm not saying all prequels, but I think a lot of prequels are just not well done. And that is because you know the ending of the story.
Yeah.
So if you're doing a prequel, you should probably do it about a side character who happens to be involved in something that is happening, so you don't know what happens to that specific character.
All right. So, I mean, let's take a look at some prequels, right? Sorry, did I interrupt you?
No. Go ahead.
I mean, we look at prequels. I mean, I think George Lucas, with his prequels, that world is so worthy of exploring. So even though we know Anakin becomes Vader, I still think those prequels are justified. And call me crazy, but I love Prometheus and Alien Covenant. Prometheus has some of the, I hate saying this word, I hate being a hater, but some of the dumbest deaths I've ever seen in cinema. Ever. And I've tried to study him to defend him. I actually figured out how the geologist got lost in Prometheus. But I think those movies are so stylish and the creation, and they go so sideways and bonkers that I think they are worth it. Rise of the Planet of the Apes, I think, are prequels worth exploring. Rogue One. I think Bumblebee is a solid one. X-Men First Class has proven itself to be a solid prequel. The Thing is totally unnecessary. That's for sure. Oof. But yeah, I think maybe the first Purge was a good idea to be a prequel. Not Hannibal Rising. Anything that explains why the villain, well, they did that for the prequels of George Lucas, but Hannibal Rising, I think the Halloween remake, that's kind of a prequel to why he turned evil. Scorpion King, that's a good prequel because it's a side prequel. I guess that's what I'm saying. That's a very long answer to your question.
There's a list of good prequels.
Minions. That's a good one. Sorry.
I haven't seen it. Yeah. So my basic thing is a prequel is worth it when it really illuminates what's happening in the current timeline, or it adds new something to it. And I think with Star Wars that functions because you build out the world, you meet all these other characters. It's a tragedy already. Because you get to see Anakin be amazing, and then you get to see him completely turn. And you find out what happened to Padme and all these other really cool characters. But if a movie doesn't have anything that pushes the plot forward, it's not really necessary. So I think your point of this just being a placeholder before they can get Celine back is accurate. What do you think about this, Mark? I am a writer. I've always wanted to put stuff out, and I've thought a lot about prequels. What I would want to do with a story is write a prequel in which the main character dies. And here's what I mean by that. So there's the first book, the main character makes it through, and in the prequel, the main character dies.
Wait, what?
And you don't explain it. You don't explain how he came back. You just leave it.
Like a Life Aquatic prequel where Steve Zissou is murdered by a cheetah barracuda.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And you don't explain it. You don't explain anything. Or you have like you do a prequel that's so like wild. It's about a completely different character, and it has the same name as the character from your first story. And at the end of it, that character dies, and then the character from the first movie takes that person's name. Like just like the wildest stuff.
Whoa. Whoa. Imagine that. Like Big Trouble in Little China. And Jack Burton is actually a serial killer who stole another truck driver's, like, it's a breakdown movie where the quote unquote Jack Burton's killed and then Kurt Russell takes over.
Yeah. Just like the most wild stuff. Just because like that makes a prequel really interesting. Because if you just tell a story that you already know is going to happen and you don't bring in new characters or new settings, it's not as interesting.
I mean, this is the thing though. I would be a horrible studio executive because I would just let things ride. Oh, okay. So you want to tell a prequel to Kramer versus Kramer where the Kramer couple's killed, someone takes their identity, and then they go through a divorce. Yes. I'm like, yes, do it. Like, make it happen.
I love Kramer vs. Kramer. It's
just make it happen. Make
completely different genre.
Yeah.
Like everything.
Make it happen. Do it. I think Final Destination 5 is a good prequel too. But I mean, just let it ride. This movie though does not further any story in the Underworld franchise. Nothing changes. And especially the fourth film, they completely ditch a lot of it. They kill off Speedman. They drop a lot of things.
I haven't seen the fourth film. Don't spoil it for me.
Oh, crap. All right. Shoot. Well, I already let it out the bag.
It's okay. Just don't. We'll find out what happened.
Woof. My bad, dude. I wrecked that. Woo. Hey, let me rewind. I'll edit that out of the podcast. You won't remember it. How does that sound?
Okay. Oh, that's how podcasting works.
No, it happens in the very beginning, so it's not. You don't have to worry about it. All right. Just let you know. It's not like This isn't like a major ending. This isn't Giselle in Fast 6. Wait, have you seen Fast 6? Yes, you have. Okay, good.
Oh yeah. I mean, those are also good prequels.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And listen, Tokyo Drift was kind of was swapped into being a prequel because everyone loved Han so much that they put him back in 4. So I don't think they planned on that being a prequel, but it ended up being that way. And also, I gotta say, another thing for this movie, one thing that really hurt it, remember that writer's strike in 2009, 2010, where Quantum of Solace and all those movies were really...
it's the famous Transformer strike where the guys wrote, was it Rise of the Fallen in 2.5 weeks, and then they just shot it?
They shot this in a month. They wrote this in a month. So that is... You and I are writers, man. Like, that's a very short time.
It's very short.
And so you had people staying up till 4 a.m., different people working on it. They just struggled to get this done. And to be fair, this movie does have a narrative. It has a story that is told. It just, you don't get to, I guess my main complaint about this movie is you don't get enough time to spend with Sonia and Lucian. So at the end when she is killed, you don't really care because she's just mean to him in the beginning. And then they have that tryst, which is very like exhibitionist, which is interesting. So they have to hide their love, but then they like really go for it together. Like that's an interesting dynamic.
Okay. Before you keep going, let's actually dive into that scene. We're going to keep it PG.
Yeah.
So Underworld Evolution has a pretty infamously bad sex scene.
Horribly.
And this is also, I think, a really bad sex scene. Which one is more awkward?
Oh, Evolution, because the physics of that, and we don't need to get into it, but the physics of it they make no sense. So Evolution, this one at least has like the visual where his arms are out over the cliff. Like that's kind of an interesting visual. And Tatopoulos wanted to have them on like the side of the mountain. And he's like, I wish I had more time with this because it's just a selection of shots that make no sense. But yeah, Evolution's, I mean, they aren't even in the same caliber of bad. This is not, Rise of the Lycans is Kramer versus Kramer. Underworld Evolution is, what's another divorce movie that's really not good? Larry Crown.
What I think this one's the one for this movie is better done, but that scene where he's leaning over the cliff or I don't know what he's like. He's in like a tower. I don't know. It's so wild that it almost pushes it over the top for me. Because like in my head, I was like, if you're Michael Sheen's character, Lucien, like how do you talk your partner into this? It's like, okay, I want to lean out over this edge, and you just weigh me down. And she's like, oh yeah, sure, I'll do it, I guess.
Rhona Mitra said that she suggested it in her head. Yes, Rhona Mitra said that this was her idea.
I mean, it's a good visual, but it's wild because like the other alternative is that they're just getting it on super close to the edge of the tower.
It's a but that final shot is really stylish, and then the rest of the movie isn't. So it does stand out for sure. But at least the physics work, David, of the scene.
That's true. They do work, and it honestly makes more sense than the Michael and Celine in the.
There's no paint.
There's no paint, but that's the best part. I love the paint.
Yeah, it's 7 minutes. You know, it's me in the Underworld Evolution episode. Me trying to explain the scene was so bad because we don't want to come like the last thing people need to hear is you and I talking about these scenes in movies. Me trying to explain that was I did a lot. That was an awkward moment for me trying to explain the Underworld Evolution scene. So yeah, this one is night and day better because at least it provides real physics and a neat visual. Or what approaches a neat visual. So that's why I'm going that way.
Approaches a neat that's like critiquing it with like the faintest praise. It's a neat visual.
It's kind of listen. I think it's kind of neat, right? Because they have to hide their relationship, and they've probably been doing it for years. So I guess maybe when they have the freedom to be together, they really let it ride. That's what Rhona Mitra was saying. So they're finally able to have fun and be daring, not just yelling at each other, pretending to dislike each other, you know, like, because what is his job? I was gonna say a metal jack. That makes no sense. That's like a lumberjack and like a metal something.
You mean a miner?
Yeah, he does all the, oh gosh, what's the word? Swordsmith. No, he is not a carpenter. Armorer. Yeah, like, so she's always yelling at him. She's always just being I can't believe I can't think of the word metal jack. But I don't know. At least they're able to have fun. I feel like it's the only part in the movie that has some sort of daring life. The rest of it is very straightforward.
Yeah. So I think that's a good segue, actually. Do you want to run into our 5 favorite things from this film?
Yeah, absolutely. So how about this? So let's take a quick break, and then when we come back, we'll drop our 5 favorite things. How's that sound?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Take a break, and then when we come back, we'll discuss our 5 favorite options. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Movies, Films, and Flicks. David, you gotta let me start. You gotta let me go. Can I start?
Yeah, go ahead. Do it.
Also,
Yeah.
David of the Award Wieners Movie Review Podcast, a wonderful podcast that discuss Oscar-winning films and other films in between breaks, and they come up with an Oscar Mayer hot dog recipe that goes along with the Best Picture winner. So go check that out. Wonderful show. You will learn a lot. Also, follow Award Wieners on Instagram. It's like my favorite Instagram page. I don't really look at many Instagram, but you're like the one Instagram page. Like, I don't really go on Instagram much, but I'll go on there occasionally to check your stuff out because I always get a good laugh from it, man. So that's like, yeah, that's a priority.
I'm a meme lord. I'm a meme lord. Finally, that college degree, both of them paid off.
And you probably shouldn't listen to me, though, because whenever you come at me with your weirdest ideas, I go, yes, do it. And then you're like, 8 people liked it, Mark. So you normally get a couple 100, 300 likes. Sometimes you've gotten up in the 400, 500s. But the ones where you're like, Mark, should I do this? And I say yes, you get -8. So
I don't know how we get into negative numbers, but yeah, it works.
Did Hoffmeyer say yes to this one? It's, yeah.
So can I guess your number 1 overall? It's definitely going to be the sex scene.
Yeah, I mean, it's bonkers, right? But it's not. It's not.
Okay, so this is number 5.
Number 5. So there's a scene where we haven't even talked about this movie. Lucian's a kid. He's the first werewolf to become a human, and then Bill Nighy's Victor keeps him as like a slave to turn other people into werewolves so they can guard his castle during the night. And then they put these necklaces around him where the necklaces, these harnesses around them, so if they go into a werewolf, these silver spikes go into their neck. And so Lucien and Sonia, who is Victor's daughter, they start a secret relationship. They get found out. Eventually, Sonia is killed. Lucien's like, oh man. So then he saves all the human werewolves that have been turned and slaves. This is a Spartacus. This movie's Spartacus. And then he finds all the werewolves that William turned into werewolves. They can't become human or they can't, they're just werewolves. And then they lead an attack on Victor. They wipe out the castle, but Victor and Tanis escape with the elders. And then that's where we're at later on. Is that a good way to break it down?
Yeah, I mean, it's super straightforward.
All right, so my number 5 is there's a scene where the werewolves are escaping and the vampires are shooting these gigantic arrows through these walls. And this one arrow whams into 3 humans and sticks them into the wall. But they keep showing the extra who's stuck to the wall going, ugh, ugh, and he puts his arms out like, why? It's hilarious. Like, cause this extra gets a lot of work in this. He's like, oh, why? And so that's it right there. Just watching that extra.
This feels like a movie. They're like, all right, we have the CGI of the arrows, so just keep using it. And I'm glad you brought this scene up because it makes no sense that the arrows can turn to fire inside the castle.
Yeah.
Like, they don't, like, those contraptions don't have a 360-degree radius.
Yeah, they spin those around quick, and they just light people up. Oh, man.
So my number 5 is also arrow-related. Beginning of the film, when Lucien, Robin Hood's 2 dudes, saving Sonia's life. He, like, shoots the 2 arrows at once that graze her helmet and then hits the 2 wolves. Pretty awesome shot.
Wait, and then everyone just yells at him. Every time he saves her, they're like, oh, get back to work, wolf. And
he's like, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a... And also in that scene, I do like where Sonia throws those 2 spinning things that go into the werewolf. That's a pretty neat visual in that scene.
Yeah. Definitely harkens back to the first movie.
Now, my 4th favorite is where Tanis has the key to the armory, but he gives another key to Lucien to escape. And Victor comes up to Tanis and goes, you gave him the key. Tanis is like, well, go check the armory. And so Tanis runs in there, like, hunts around, finds the key to all the head wraps, not head wraps, to like the contraptions around the werewolves and head wraps. And so my words, man, bread store. But he finally finds the key, shows it to Victor, and then Victor just goes, I never doubted you. Like, that's a tense scene, and it's really well played by Bill Nighy. I love that moment, like, I never doubted you. That's cool. It has some tension. I like it. It works out well, so that's it, yeah.
Okay, my number 4 is Lucien's speech to the rest of the slaves / werewolves, and he's like, we aren't slaves, we are Lycans. It's probably the most rousing moment of the entire film, but it also happens like immediately. He like gets put in jail. 30 seconds later, he's like, I have this speech pre-planned.
Yeah.
It doesn't like in terms of the beats of the movie, it makes sense, but in terms of character development, it doesn't really make sense.
Now, as someone who loves a 90-minute movie, do you appreciate that efficiency?
I do. But I also feel like I've seen so many movies that I kind of vaguely understand what everyone's getting at, and I don't fully need to like unpack everything.
Yeah, they
like if you're like a new moviegoer and you see this scene, you're gonna be like, they just skipped a bunch of stuff. But in my head, but like for me, I'm like, I get it. Like I get what they're going at.
Did he have that speech ready? What is happening?
He had to have.
Interesting tidbit about that. That speech, they needed more money for the movie. And so Weissman edited that together and took it to the studio head, and they gave him $2 million because they're like, man, Michael Sheen's really good. So they got $2 million movies because of that speech.
Let's just like dive into that for a second. Like Michael Sheen and Bill Nighy are the draws to this film. They are giving literally nothing to work with, and they just take it to the next level. And it's an example of really good actors elevating bad dialogue and a pedestrian script.
I don't want to sound like a hater, but if you took out Sheen and Nighy, this could be a direct-to-DVD movie.
I mean, it's very close now, even with them.
And I hate saying it. And it made $90 million worldwide. But it's just beautiful that a Bill Nighy Michael Sheen movie made 90 million worldwide, where they're playing werewolves and vampires. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Now,
But I don't want to undersell like how much Michael Sheen went for it. Like he gave 120% to a film that most people like Billy Zane would have given 75%.
Yeah. And he got off of Frost Nixon and only had 3 months to work out. And then he became Buff Sheen for this. He became a machine.
Oh, God.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So yeah, all right. My number 3, I like Ray's coming back. Big fan of Ray's. But I do like the scene where Lucian foolishly goes to save Sonya. Easily goes to save her. Like, of course there's a trap. You're very naive. But he looks at him and he's like, I'll be back. If I don't come back, you can lead him. You're fine. I love that trust that he just gives Ray's. Like, that's neat. I like their bond. And they have no screen time together, but Michael Sheen is so good. But you never see that in the movies. Like, if I die, you're fine. You could lead them. You're great. Like, I like that bit. It's just a tiny moment. But it's like, yeah, Reyes could lead these people. I like him. So that made me happy. That's my number 3.
Yeah. We've talked about this previously, but Reyes is my favorite character of the entire series. So I was very, very excited to see him back in this episode or this movie. And I really hope they bring him back somehow. I don't like that he's dead.
Yeah, and because we never see him though, so that's good.
You see a werewolf die, but you don't know. It's like so convoluted in that first film that you don't know if it's actually him.
Raise him from the dead.
Raise. I mean, should this really just be called Raise of the Lycans?
Yes, it should be.
I mean, that would actually be you know how amazing that would be if they just tell his story. That would have been really cool.
That's a story I want. That's what a prequel could be.
Okay, my number 3 is Lucian versus Victor. We touched on this briefly. It's a fun fight between two dudes, I'm going to be honest with you, who are not imposing.
Yeah. A chain fight.
They just look really cool.
A chain fight. It's beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah. I wonder, I mean, I was watching it and I was like, this is a really great concept. Like, did they rip this off of something? And I cannot think of another thing.
Soldier has a chain fight.
Soldier.
Quantum of Solace has kind of a fight, but this is quite new for me. This is a cave chain fight. And so, yeah, I think this is quite new.
Yeah. Did Lucian get a massive power upgrade for this film?
Yeah, I would say so because, well, no, remember in Underworld chasing down cars, and he's quite legit until the end when he lays on the floor for an hour.
Oh, I'm on the floor. Oh no, it's so true. You're right. Could you imagine watching this movie first and then being like, oh man, Lucian's gonna whoop some butt, and then he's just kind of mediocre the whole film.
Just laying on the floor. Just laying there. Oh, brother. All right, my number 2 is the werewolf cave. Because I like caves and I like werewolves. So that's that right there. I love a good werewolf cave where Lucian raises the werewolf army. That makes me happy. So I got to do that. I'm going to take that one as my number 2.
All right. My number 2 is Bill Nighy. He is making a 6-course meal out of this film. He is eating all of the scenery and he's loving it. And that's part of the draw to this. Like, I kind of feel like they're like the filmmakers were like, everyone loves Bill Nighy. We got a couple million. Let's bring him back.
They did all in the commentary. They talked about it, and like, there's a scene where after Sonya dies, Bill Nighy's hanging onto his bedpost crying, and it's just beautiful. It makes me so happy. I love it. Oh man. And I'm gonna piggyback off yours. My number 1 is that Bill Nighy gets a superhero landing. Bill Nighy.
We're gonna have
superhero landing. Come on.
Oh, I for your blog, Mark, you're gonna have to rank superhero landings or something because
Blade.
This one deserves to be on it.
Deadpool, Underworld, Black Widow. I mean, the superhero Bill Nighy gets a superhero landing. That's worth everything right there. This movie exists because Bill Nighy gets a superhero landing. That's my number 1.
Okay, my number 1, and you might disagree with me this, is that I found Michael Sheen completely unthreatening. Unthreatening Michael Sheen as a badass. He's built at 5'10", If this dude is 5'10", I will eat my shoe. He is a tiny man.
Yeah, there's no, but I almost like that about him.
It's fun. It's funny.
Like there's no posturing for his part. And I find that to be very interesting. That's an interesting choice. That there's just no posturing. There's no tough guy posturing for this role. It's just very earnest. But yeah, never once did I find him to be threatening. But I constantly found him to be believable. Dude,
Yeah.
Bill Nighy and Michael Sheen, Martin Sheen, have a sword fight. It's amazing. And I'm not saying that ironically, unironically. I'm a big fan of both these actors. And no movies do this anymore, man. We'll never get something like this ever again. Never. This is not ever going to happen again. So,
well, dive into that? What do you mean by that?
Okay. And this is the way cinema has gone, and there's nothing wrong with that. With Netflix, Hulu, Amazon, Disney Plus, cinemas now. I mean, this might actually, I'm talking about on the big screen. So nowadays, there's a lot more action movies being made for mid-tier budgets, starring actors who typically wouldn't get their own vehicles. But as far as a worldwide release, 3,000 screen theater film, we're never going to get a moment where the headlining fight is between Michael Sheen and Bill Nighy or similar actors ever again. We're not going to get it. There's no way. I mean, we have Fast 9, we have superhero movies, we have Mission Impossible movies, we have Pixar, Illumination, Star Trek, Star Wars. We won't ever get an ending like this ever again in a like worldwide release theater. I don't think so. And that's because people need butts in seats. And as much as I love this fight, this isn't a fight now. This isn't something nowadays that puts butts in seats. These are, but it's like, I think like Netflix with Gunpowder Milkshake, that movie might not have gone to the theaters, but it's going to Netflix. So I think we're getting a lot more mid-tier movies, but they're not hitting the box office. So I don't, the movie theater. So I don't think this is going to happen again.
Because you're basically saying that Michael Sheen and Bill Nighy are not action hero draws.
Exactly. And you look at these actors though, like you watch Good Omens on Amazon and you realize how great Michael Sheen is. He is an A+++ actor. Bill Nighy and everything he touches, and he's one. I think he's just, as far as cinephiles go, I've never met a cinephile that goes, "Oh, Bill Nighy." Ugh. No one says that. But yeah, they're headlining a final fight in a prequel to a series about a leather-clad vampire named Celine. It's a treat, and it's one that we should enjoy.
The algorithms have taken over.
Yeah, exactly. This is not an algorithm movie.
No, it's not. It's not. This is like, we're rolling the dice.
Oh man, but see, choices like that, at least for me, I adore. You know how weird I am. I have a very weird sensibility. I do appreciate the mainstream, but I'm drawn more towards human stories. I like superhero films, but I'm definitely drawn. Yeah, this is just so odd and bonkers. I love it.
So we've chatted about this, I think, and I think I'm going to try to put this. I don't want to put words in your mouth. I'm going to try to express what you're saying. You've seen a lot of movies, so the things that are more unique, different, attract you because you've already seen most of the story beats that have happened previously. Yeah. I'm the same way. Yeah. I like things that are different because I'm watching movies to discover undiscovered things. This movie, you're right, does have what is essentially a sword fight between two A+ thespians. Yeah, you're probably not going to see that again. You're right, now that I think about it.
Yeah, and listen, and that's why you and I also have loved a recent movie that came out, which is called Werewolves Within. And the star of it is Sam Richardson, who is not I love Sam Richardson in that movie, but the character is so not what you'd think would be the lead in a horror comedy. And I just think it's brilliant casting, and it works so well in the film. And I love that it took a chance. And maybe, not took a chance, but it thought outside the box and had Sam Richardson leading it. And it's just brilliant. I love him in the Tomorrow War too, as well. But I like movies that take chances, or like, hey, let's have the final of our film feature Bill Nighy and Martin Sheen sword fighting and then chain fighting. I love it.
Yeah. I'm going to jump in here and talk about Werewolves Within. It's a fantastic, funny movie. It's $7 to rent on Amazon. Highly recommend it. And this is going to be a controversial statement, Mark. One of the best video game adaptations ever made.
I would say so. Now, it's really hard to put it up there. It's kind of, I think you would have to give it an asterisk next to it, because yes, the video game was popular. I did read about it, but it had nowhere near the audience of a Super Mario Brothers, Mortal Kombat, Sonic. So I don't think it was beholden to stay as true to the source material from what I've read when I wrote the review and when I explored the research more. So yeah, if someone said, Mark, is it the best? No, Mortal Kombat's always number one, but I would definitely put it in the top 3 as far as video game adaptations go. But I don't think it had the pressure that the other ones had, or the budget. This one could be its own weird self. So
yeah,
I think if you say that, you're right as far as reviews go, but I can't lump it in with the other ones. Like, there would have to be another tier, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I get it. I get what you're saying. So, Mark, I have a game for you, and I'm calling this game Lycan This or Lycan That. I'm going to give you 2 actors, and you have to turn one of them into a Lycan.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Option 1, Chris Hemsworth. Option 2, Chris Evans.
But I got it. This is a great question. I just don't know if Evans can make it interesting, so I'm going to go with Hemsworth.
Yeah.
Okay. If you said Pine, I'd say Pine all day.
I know. He was my original pick, and I took him out because I thought he would do that.
Yeah. So, I mean, I like Evans, right? I love him in Snowpiercer, Sunshine. But if you make like a horror comedy with Hemsworth as a werewolf, will be wonderful. So I'm going with that.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's good. I think he is the correct choice, and he is so big.
Yeah.
And charismatic. He's so charismatic. Okay. Option 2, Vin Diesel or The Rock?
Oh, Vin Diesel.
Yeah, 100%. There's no question there. I want to see him in a werewolf movie. That would be amazing.
Yeah.
The Rock wouldn't deign to do a werewolf movie.
No. It's
okay.
Yeah. All day.
It's not PG-13. Helen Mirren or Meryl Streep?
Oh, Helen Mirren.
Really?
Yeah.
I want to see Meryl Streep in a werewolf movie.
She said she would never do a special effects movie again after Death Becomes Her. So, I mean, it would be a surprise, but yeah, I'm Helen Mirren, because Helen Mirren would just have so much fun with it. I would love to see Helen Mirren werewolf it up. It'd be perfect.
Okay, that does sound fun. After seeing Fast 9, it's clear that she likes to enjoy herself. Okay, so this next one is the battle of the 2-time Oscar winners. So Tom Hanks versus Mahershala Ali.
Mahershala Ali all day.
Yeah, he would be really good. I'm thrilled to have him as Blade, and I think this is sort of like in that realm.
Now, Tom Hanks is so good. I don't think people realize how good he is. In News of the World, his performance is wonderful. In Captain Phillips, how he didn't win an Oscar. In Bridge of Spies, he's wonderful. But I don't want to see him turn into a werewolf. There's many other things I don't want to see that. I want to see Mahershala Ali turn into a werewolf.
Okay. This is the last one. Buzz or Woody?
Oh, wow. Well, Tom Hanks, so I'll go Buzz.
Okay. Yeah, I want Buzz too, because I think it'd be hilarious to have a werewolf astronaut.
Oh, yeah. I think Tim Allen could pull off a great werewolf transformation.
Yeah.
Because he does that, doesn't he? Yeah. In Home Improvement, doesn't he do that? Like,
He does something. It's been a long time since I've seen Home Improvement.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm going Buzz. A cowboy werewolf sounds cool, but I want an astronaut werewolf for sure. I always love those games you come up with. They're amazing. Now, I have something random for you. We've talked about 5 werewolf films in our Universal and this series. How would you rank them? So we have Underworld 1 through 3, The Wolfman, and Van Helsing. How would you rank them?
Okay, this is a good game. It's kind of hard. I think my number one overall is going to be Underworld 1, followed by Wolfman. Huh. And this is where it gets weird because I think objectively Underworld 3 is better than Underworld 2, but I don't think Underworld 3 is necessarily necessary. That is hard to say. I think I'm going to go with Underworld 3, Underworld 2, and then Van Helsing.
Oh, wow. You're putting Underworld 3 ahead of Underworld 2?
Yeah, and I think Underworld 3 is a more cohesive story, especially if we're recommending people watch it before Underworld 1. Like,
Okay.
what its problem is that it's a prequel that doesn't do anything. But if you watch it at the beginning of the series, I think it's a pretty decent movie.
No, I love it. All right, that's cool. All right, I guess I would go with Wolfman, number 1,
Okay.
because I just love the visuals of it. It's just so sumptuous. I keep saying that. And then Underworld, and then Van Helsing, and then Rise of Lycans, and then Underworld 2.
Okay. So we are both thinking that Underworld 2 is visually pretty impressive, but the story barely holds together.
Yeah, it's duct taped together, for sure. Yeah, no, that's close. I think, Kate Beckinsale also is in 4 of the 5 of them, which is beautiful. That makes me happy.
That's right. So how are you feeling about our Underworld journey so far?
I love it. I've loved. This is one of those franchises for me, like the Resident Evil franchise, that it just survives. It's a survivor, and it's one of the rare franchises where Resident Evil had Mila Jovovich as the hero for 6 movies. This one has Kate Beckinsale and Michael Sheen and Bill Nighy and Rhona Mitra as the heroes. As much as we talk about really diversifying Hollywood and more of like a getting rid of like the gender disparity, these are like movies that critics and audiences love to make fun of, but they feature badass female leads that just kick butt and make money and are critic proof. Like, these are movies that should be explored and they should be appreciated. So I love talking about them.
Yeah, so I haven't seen all of them. So this is the first time I've actually watched Rise of Lycans. I'm feeling pretty good about the series. It's about what I expected, if that makes sense. It's like how do I put this? Like a early 2000s goth aesthetic that's really into visuals and drama. Like, I'm into it. I'm definitely into it. It does feel a little bit dated, but I am into it.
Well, I mean, these are a lot of fun. It's definitely dated though, but I don't know. I love it. I just, for me, it's just so different. No one makes stuff like this anymore, so I adore it.
Yeah. What's the closest thing that's been made to this? And I can't tell you. There's nothing this like dark that I can think of off the top of my head.
This dark? What do you mean dark? Like visual? Like looking at dark, murky?
I think it's multiple different things. Nothing this. How do I put this? There's like nothing in this vibe. That's the
Yeah. Because Resident Evil's a completely different beast. I'm telling you, man, this is an outlier franchise. This doesn't happen anymore. I can't think of another 5-film franchise. I really can't.
Yeah, I can't either. Especially 5-film in theaters. There's plenty of direct to DVD ones.
Can I, real quick though, I just want to, before we have a fun draft and being planned. Now, do you think I give this movie too much credit for being one of the few, if any, franchises ever to put a female lead as the action hero? Because, yes, I wouldn't say these movies are, but I hate all the hate about this movie. It's like, why dunk on this in Resident Evil? They're the only films that gave a platform for female action heroes, aside from like comic books, and they're original. Well, this is an original IP, and I don't understand all the hate for this. And people really dunk on these movies. I don't like it.
I mean,
quality is quality. I get it, but I don't know. It's an odd thing for me.
I mean, people just want to feel smart.
That's true.
It's an ego thing. It's really just an ego thing. Like if you like these movies, go ahead, like them. I don't care.
Yeah.
I've long my whole thing as a reviewer is like I'm never going to like I'm not gonna say ever, but it's very rare that I really rip a movie apart because I can respect movies for different things, different aspects. It can have a good plot, you can have good acting, it could have good visuals. It could be just weird and I've never seen it before. I mean, this just feels like a subculture that people don't understand, so they want to make fun of it. They're like, I mean, it's really just being afraid of the other, probably.
Don't look down on me, but I love the Underworld movie. Why would I look down on you? That's awesome. Okay. Come on.
Do you like it? All right, cool.
Yeah.
I like a lot of dumb stuff. I'll be honest with you.
All right, cool. Thanks for going. Yeah. Thanks for talking about that with me.
No problem.
Do you want to do our draft?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, so we're going to do third films and franchises that have at least 5 entries, which I think is fun. Since there's 5 Underworld movies, we're going to do third films. And since you're the guest, I'll let you pick first.
Mark, I feel like this is a trap. Because there's so many good ones.
Yep.
But to be honest, they hover around horror movies, honestly.
That's fine.
I'm going to do it. I'm going to take the number 1 overall pick as Tokyo Drift.
Oh!
I know. I almost thought about banning it, but I was like, you know what? No, I want this movie on here. And what's awesome about Tokyo Drift, Mark, is that it has only gotten better with time. It has increased in quality with all the other ones coming out. Like, I think this movie was unfairly maligned when it was initially released.
That's been me since 2006. You know how much I love these movies. And now people are like, oh, I think it's good. I'm like, when was it bad? I'm not talking about you, because you've always liked it. I know that. But look at the quality of it, and Han, and just the world, and I don't know. I love the RT is Wrong
stunts?
episode about it. Oh. The stunts, like just the Drift Kings, and Justin Lin came in, and I actually really like Lucas Black in it. I think that I like his, like, this southern guy kind of style who loves muscle cars, who goes to Tokyo and has to learn how to actually drive and drift, like, and he's taught by Han, and like all the outsiders get together, like, and team up, and it's just all I love it. Perfect.
Yeah, it's very good. Can't recommend enough. It's probably one of my favorite Fast and Furious movies. It's definitely in the top 3.
I'm gonna go with, for mine, Dream Warriors, because
that was my number 2.
It's one of the nastiest. You like all of the kids. The kids have done absolutely nothing wrong. They do what they can, and it's such a mean movie. It is one of the meanest movies I think I've ever seen in the way that these kids are killed. And they're not jerky kids. They're not punks. They've been so good. Dream Warriors.
Kids with problems.
Yeah.
They're kids with problems. You feel bad for all of them.
Yeah. And then when they finally get confident enough to fight back, they just get murdered horribly. It is a brutal and a very good film. So that's mine.
Yeah. What makes that slasher movie so different is that it is the kids fighting back at once. Because typically it would be the kids are getting stalked, but then they flip the table and stalk Freddy and fail. Like it's very well constructed, and that's Wes Craven. He was amazing.
Yeah, I love it. Oh man.
Okay, I'm gonna stick in the slasher genre. I'm gonna pick Friday the 13th Part 3. It is my favorite Friday the 13th film, and here's my thing about it. I think it is smarter.
You just like barn kills.
I love barn kills, yeah, but I think it is smarter than a lot of people give it credit for, because it is playing with the franchise's formula from the very beginning. So it has these moments of first person perspective where, like, the camera will zoom in on someone and that person won't die. So they're screwing with you the entire time, and you don't know, like, is Jason actually killing people or is the camera messing with you? And that creates, like, a heightened tension.
Oh yeah, I mean it's fun. We talked about it a lot on our episode. It's just a good time. Makes me happy.
It's a good one.
Oh yeah, I love that you picked that. Oh, I'm up now. You left me some big ones, man.
I know. I think I know what you're gonna pick next.
I might mess with you here. I'm gonna take Rocky 3.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Did you see? I guess you didn't see that coming.
No, not at all.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Rocky 3 because
Okay.
I mean, listen, Mr. T, beautiful.
Clubber Lang.
Yep,
Clubber
Clubber
Lang.
Lang, beautiful fight. And I mean, you go through Hulk Hogan, then you have that, you have the great montages, the iconic montages. So yeah, Rocky 3. That's what I'm taking.
Okay, that's a good one. Huh. I'm gonna pick one that I think's a little bit out there. I'm gonna pick Aliens 3.
Oh, dude, I love that movie.
Alien 3. It's great. It's a good movie. I understand the criticism that people are let down that Newt and oh my god, I forgot his name. Hicks aren't in it. But I understand why they did that from a filmmaking perspective.
I mean, yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, where are you going to go with that? Just get her back on her own, put her back on the prison planet. They did something different.
The thing is, like, yeah, but well, if you would have Newt, is it Newt? Did I get it wrong?
Yeah,
right?
Newt, yep.
If Newt is in that movie, there's a very real chance that it just becomes Ripley having to save Newt again, which is a rehash of the second movie. So they need to find a way to get rid of her, and they could have just easily flipped her off, but they didn't. But I understand why that decision was made.
I love it. I like Charles Dutton. I like Charles Dance. There's a great Charles squad in Alien 3.
I mean, beefy Charles Dance?
Yeah, that's right.
Big in that movie.
I don't know. He's cool in that movie. I dig it. I love it. Oh, you picked a good one. Okay, so now I gotta. All right, I'm gonna. Okay, but see, there's so many big movies. Like I don't want to be going for ringers, but I gotta do it though.
I picked Tokyo Drift.
Die Hard 3.
Really? That's your ringer?
Yeah, because
okay.
Sam Jackson, Bruce Willis, Jeremy Irons. It's just it was based on a script called Simon Says. It's just a really good, sweaty analog action film, and I adore it. So that's mine.
Okay.
Alien, Die Hard 3.
Okay, that I haven't seen it in a long time, but I remember like I'm gonna pick Mission Impossible 3.
Oh man, I love that movie. Philip Seymour
Because
Hoffman.
I feel like, yeah, Philip Seymour Hoffman, but I feel like that is the movie that really set the tone for the rest of the Mission Impossible films, and I absolutely adore Mission Impossible. That is not a secret anymore because I watched them all during quarantine, and I realized that they're amazing. Every last one of them, the stunts are fantastic. Even number 2, which is very strange.
Kerry Russell's death in that movie really hits me hard. And just the bridge scene, the plane scene. I mean, it's a good action movie. I like it a lot. I dig it. Oh, you're going to hate my next pick, Day of the Dead.
Day of the Dead. I just watched that for the first time.
Oh, really? I mean, it's grimy. Yeah. It's Florida. It's followed up by Land of the Dead and Survival of the Dead. No, Diary of the Dead. So, I mean, I feel like it's a good third one. But yeah, I like it. I like Bud. I like yeah, that's my pick right there. Day of the Dead. Gotta have it. Gotta have Romero in my list.
Yeah, that's good. I have not seen Dawn of the Dead.
Wait, the original?
The original. I haven't seen it, and it's impossible to find. It's not on any streamers, and the DVDs are expensive, and I can't even tell if they're real. I was like looking on Etsy literally last week trying to figure out if I could find one. Yeah, if someone has one, find me on Instagram and let me know.
Yeah, watch it. I know last time I checked it was on YouTube, so you could look that up if you haven't seen it.
That's true. YouTube movies quality is sometimes terrible and sometimes amazing.
I mean, like I've owned like 3 of the copies, but you can't get them anymore. It's really odd. It's really odd that you can't get those. So yeah.
Yeah, there's some rights issues. That's what I figured out when I was trying to researching about it. Okay, so my last one, as a Oscars buff, I feel like I am required to select this one. But if you think this goes against the spirit of things, let me know. Return of the King.
I'll let you have it because it's the Hobbits came after it and they're part of the same world.
Yeah. That I was like, this could be like, it's iffy, but okay.
Oh, I'm gonna have to go big now because you just went Return of the King. I mean, that's an Oscar-winning. Whoa! All right, so I'm gonna have to.
I can help you here if so. I can throw you some ideas.
I mean, like Return of the Jedi. Prisoner of Azkaban. You know what? I adore Prisoner of Azkaban. I'll add that. If I lose, I lose. Yeah. But I love Prisoner. That's my favorite Harry Potter. So my wife and I were just we were in Iceland, and I bought an Icelandic copy of Prisoner of Azkaban. That's gonna sit on my bookshelf. Yeah.
You're not gonna. Oh, it's a book. I thought you were gonna watch it.
No, a book. Okay. Yeah. So we have an Icelandic translated copy of Prisoner of Azkaban sitting on our shelf, so I wouldn't be doing myself a favor if I didn't pick it. So this is great. This is gonna be nuts. You have Tokyo Drift, Friday the 13th Part 3, Alien 3, Mission Impossible 3, and Return of the King. I have Dream Warriors, Rocky 3, Die Hard 3, Day of the Dead, and Prisoner of Azkaban.
Yeah, we both have some pretty good lists.
Yeah, we put together bangers, man.
all bangers.
Yeah.
All Lycans, no vampires.
That's
right. So I know we're wrapping up, but I did have a couple things I wanted to mention before we get out, and they're all around Rhona Mitra.
Yeah.
This feels like one of the only times we'll ever get to talk about this actress, so I'm going to give her due because I thought she did a pretty good job in this film. So one mark, she's an MMF alum. Not only is she an MMF alum, she is an alum from our podcast because she was the neighbor in Hollow Man.
I'm just happy that she had lines and wasn't attacked by Kevin Bacon in this movie. So I'm very happy about that.
She was also the action model for Lara Croft.
Oh, yeah, you're right. They did, yep.
Yeah, but this is the real reason why I wanted to bring her up.
Doomsday.
She's in 2 films. Well, I haven't seen it. So, okay, yeah, so that's one of them. It's Doomsday and Beowulf. I've never seen Doomsday. It looks like a movie that was made specifically for me. Someone came into my house and said, "What do you want to see?" And I was like, racing with I don't know, cannibals.
Neil Marshall, man, The Descent. I like it. It's a good one.
Okay. So I want to check that out. So I'll try to put that on my list. And then the other one is Beowulf. And Beowulf I have known about for years and years and years, but I've never watched it. Have you seen this movie?
I have not. I know Christopher Lambert is in it, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have not watched it. I have not. Oh, hi. Yeah, no, I have not.
Oh, hi, Beowulf.
Yeah.
We go some weird rabbit holes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna read about this one, and then I'm gonna come back to you on whether we might want to consider doing it. Because it's a movie that I've always wanted to watch, but I need a reason to watch it.
Let's do it, dude. I'm crazy, man. It fits in with our series. I'm cool with it.
It fits in. It's true. Like we are just basically turning into the werewolf podcast.
Yeah, like monsters, werewolves. Like I'm down. Let's do it.
Okay. That's all I had.
Oh, well, this was fun, man. Thank you for joining me to talk about this third film. I've been wanting to do it for a while.
Yeah, I'm excited. Can't wait to move on to Awakening.
Yep, Awakening. And then
right.
Blood Wars? It gets bonkers from here. It gets big and bonkers, and you're going to love it.
I can't wait.
Oh, man. Well, thank you so much for joining me. You there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, thank you so much for joining me. So for me, Mark Hoffmeyer, and for David Cross, this is Movies, Films, and Flicks. We'll see you next week.